Come on, XRP, you little bastard. What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. And of course, as soon as I start this video, a helicopter flies over the house. But nonetheless, looking at the XRP price chart, we are up 6.5% today. And the good thing is we can see the RSI is finally starting to climb. And then zooming in as well on the daily XRP price chart, we can see some buy volume coming in. And this trend line is based off of last year's all-time high, approximately $1.96. And as you can see, resistance, turned to support for a little while, tapping and following all the way down, and then boom, the big crash, and now right here we're getting a bit of a bounce. And I'm sure we could do some type of descending parallel channel right here to see if we can break through this level and then turn this into support. Because in the past day, XRP did in fact go as high as 38.7 cents. Okay, now let's zoom out a bit. Let's go to the weekly price chart for XRP, and I want to zoom out and show you this look. So remember, as we draw the fib, actually wick to wick from the previous 2013 high price to the all-time low for XRP ever, and then dragging it over, notice that our all-time high price took us exactly to the 55 fib extension, and then the rally last year, 2021's high, took us exactly to the 34. And remember, assets that survive historically will still reach this 89 fib extension. Yes, XRP, in my opinion, will explode past that level. That's only $5. From there, I'd even just do the 236 as that swing high to see if we have any other levels. Now notice, fibs are just ratios, so you can see that we actually here, using the 236 as the swing high, really just wick to wick, we can see that now it perfectly hit the 13 fib, and then right here, it hit the 8 fib. Now higher levels include $5, $8, $13, and $21. Now in the past, there's been analysts that show a logarithmic growth curve, and that even shows a $20 plus XRP. And you've heard commentary from other developers or headlines getting spun. My opinion on XRP is anything is possible. I never say never because we've never been here before. This is the leading edge of technology. When you're looking at this asset class is only a decade old. I mean, arguably, the altcoin market is technically even smaller. And in my opinion, this could be one of the fattest cup and handle setups in history. But we need to determine what Bitcoin will do next because, like it or not, Bitcoin controls the prices. I don't care how good your altcoin is, we are early. Bitcoin accounts for what, 40% of this entire market? Let's see. BTC dominance is at 42.5%. So what Bitcoin does, if it dumps, no matter how good your coin is, it'll still affect it a little bit. So that's why in the years ahead, we do anticipate as alts develop much higher market caps. Look at XRP. This is a baby still, 17 billion. Bitcoin reached a full $1 trillion market cap before. I do believe that Ether and a variety of altcoins could reach a $1 trillion or multiple $trillion market cap. This is not just a payments use case, which is already in the trillions. This is for securities. This is for tokenized commodities. This is anything. NFTs are digital certifications. If I sign a contract with a business or for a property, I'm going to do it over the blockchain so that we have timestamps and proof, and it cannot be edited. So you can talk about authentication for watches or properties or anything in between, or patents. So when you patent information and processes it on the Casper blockchain or on the XRP ledger as an NFT, it is proven. And therefore, if I take somebody to court for a trademark or patent, I can go back and say, boom, in 2018, I executed this smart contract, and here's my proof that I am the rightful owner. That is the future. We are so early, and you can't put a valuation on that. So anyways, right here, XRP up 10%, beautiful, 36 cents. Next up, we are on CasperStats.io looking at the rich list. So here's some tools. You can go to Casper Stats, rich list is up here. I've been tracking the top 15 wallets, so this is what I share in Discord, so I'll give you guys a little nugget. So we can see right here, attention Casper holders. The latest update since May 7th, so over a month ago, to present day, June 24th. We've discovered that Casper's wallets, the top 15 of them, available right on this website, have increased their bags by over 77.6 million Casper tokens. So based off of the 3-cent price today, that is an increase of over $2 million. Meaning that we witnessed, as I was tracking it each week, the numbers in the spreadsheet right here, we were watching the selling pressure. We were watching them sell, and it's like, they're going lower. But now we're realizing the smart money is rebuying and reaccumulating near the bottom. So do this with Bitcoin. Look at the top Bitcoin wallets. You can even do it with any ERC20 token for the most part. So I can go on Etherscan, type in, let's just do it live for anybody so it can teach you. Go to API3, for example, which is an Ethereum-based token. And guess what? It's agnostic, just like QNT. So for anybody to spread FUD and say, oh, it's on ETH, that's not good. The future is multi-chain, and these projects are future-proofing to be built and exist on any blockchain. So API3, QNT, they're versatile. So now we scroll down, we can click holders, and we can see the top largest wallets and holders. And then if you just want to track this every single day or every week or every month, I think this would give you insight into what the top wallets are doing. Because if you look at the top 15, even per Pareto's law, This is going to give you insight if they are buying or selling. If they are selling, signs are that in the months ahead, prices go lower. If they're buying, signs are that we're going to have some type of retrace or a big bullish cycle. With Casper stats, you can see the actual account hash. You can see the public key, which is the deposit address. We can see their actual balance in tokens and US dollar amounts. Now, I shared this the other day, and this is linked in the top of the YouTube video description. Yes, I love Bitrue, but remember, we care about spreads, liquidity, and fees. So for Casper, I buy it with MEXC. This is linked in the top of the YouTube video description. And just to show you, let's pull up Casper, and just to give you an example, because liquidity matters. Right now, okay, volume's up 100%, that's great, but only 5.7 million. I want to see 24-hour volume for Casper, well over 50. I want to see it in the 100s of millions of dollars. So we are waiting on some Binance listings and big tier 1 exchanges. Yes, we're on some small mom and pop ones. You can access it if we need it, but we need them on the big exchanges. And yes, I believe Casper in the future can reach a multi-billion-dollar market cap. And if the tokenomics, or for example, the 8% inflation rate for Casper makes you nervous and second guess your investment, don't buy it. But I'll be continuing to stack. But anyways, as you scroll down on CoinMarketCap, this is where you can see where you can buy assets and see which exchanges and what pairs are available. So here's an example. We don't really have like crazy volume from a single exchange. Okay, $1 million, big deal. We see other exchanges, like one exchange will be $50 million in 24-hour volume. That type of liquidity and volume can help price substantially. Could also make the argument that order books that are not very tight are easy to manipulate price, but just check this out. So we have MEXC. This is above Bitrue. Bitrue's 24-hour volume is only about $61,000. And MEXC's 24-hour volume for Casper is over 200K. So roughly over 3.5 times more liquid on MEXC. So if you're buying Casper, it is 3.5 times more liquid than on Bitrue. Now I love Bitrue, I still use it. And yes, I do buy Casper on it from time to time, but if you want the least amount of fees and you want to get the highest amount of Casper possible, look for an exchange that has the most liquidity. So everybody that uses my link in the top of the YouTube video description and in my link tree to sign up could potentially win big. We have XRP Crypto Wolf sharing. XRP is number 3 in the top 10 coins by 1 week Twitter volume. Beautiful. We can see Polygon, AVAX, Solana, and you can always follow Lunar Crush for good social engagement metrics. Next up, we have XSpectre building on top of the XRP ledger, and look who they made. They made Gary Vaynerchuk. Very cool. So they're building their own virtual economy. Really, just imagine a giant metaverse on the XRP ledger. And you can go to dex.onxrp.com, and I do own some OXP or OnXRP and some XSpectre, and we can see right here, you can go through the pairs. We can see OXP, and then we can also see XSpectre. Let's see, what are we trading at? Yeah, it's still really just sitting at the bottom, and this is per XRP. Remember that both of these assets are available on CoinGecko if you want to see their live pricing. This will connect right to your Sum mobile application, and it actually even works right here on Brave browser. I just get a phone notification, and then I can sign off. So the Sum wallet right there. So I'm keeping a close eye on OXP and trying to accumulate this bad boy, really about 7 cents. And keep in mind on that one website on OnXRP's DEX, that is per XRP. And XSpectre is around 4 cents. Now both of these projects are in fact listed on Bitmart. Now OnXRP is not yet, I don't believe it's on Bitrue yet. Right now it's just on Bitmart. So that could be an opportunity as well if that gets listed. More so when. Also, I love this video. Jamil Kays, thank you for tagging me in this one. So this is something that I used to reference all the time. I believe this clip is in 2019, and I did a lot of videos on this. And right here, Ripple employees talking about this, and then March 2020 happened like 6 months later, and I just thought it was so eerie because we watched XRP crash to 11 cents and then recover, develop tightness in spreads and liquidity, and it was almost like this was a preface to March 2020. Now, sorry for sounding like a conspiracy theory, that's just my 2 cents. So listen to what she says about not just XRP, but every crypto asset that survives a 90% crash or some type of huge liquidation.
The last key attribute of a healthy liquid market is really resilience, and that is getting at the ability for a market to recover from a significant systemic event. So if there was some sort of a market shock, the ability for order books to get back to normality and tighten back to similar prices to where they were prior to that event relatively quickly. And so all of those attributes are very important to a healthy liquid market.
And every time markets crash 80% or 90%, so please remember that and keep an eye on the order books for XRP. Also, love this quote and just wanted to share by Paths of Meaning. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. So keep going in whatever you're facing. Crypto aside, money aside. I'm talking about mental health. I'm talking about relationships, physical health, anything. Also shared by Harry here, check this out. XRP fans, this market has been squeezing weakness heavily. UST, sell, etc. Now XRP is usually everyone's short hedge, right? After 4 years, is there a squeeze to be had here then? Hope so. Look at this. This is the XRP Bitcoin chart on the weekly time frame on Binance, and look how tight we're getting. Man, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the XRP Bitcoin chart. And come on, baby, send it. Also, we can see XLM is almost at 13 cents. HBAR is at 7.5 cents. Now, we do know, as I shared recently, the supply is different. XLM supply since September, like over 9 months, it only increased by 3 to 4%, just like Ethereum and even XRP. But HBAR actually increased by over 215%. So notice, if that supply never changed, its price would be sitting at a factor of 2, much higher. Am I worried about HBAR long term? No, not at all. Yes, we get back up to 20 cents, 30 cents, and even $1 in the future. That is just my opinion, not financial advice. But months ago, at least last year, I'd watch HBAR, I would watch DAG, and then I'd watch XLM, all be at the same price. Sometimes they're all at 20 cents, sometimes they're at 30 cents. At one point, DAG was leading all of them by like 10 cents. Another time, HBAR was leading all of them by like 3 cents. So they're all just rotating and taking turns, and I like to pay attention to that. Casper holders, I was retweeting this. If you can help bring awareness, I'd greatly appreciate it. So for example, on Casper Live, when you sign in and connect your wallet, this is just a dummy account like I did for that Casper staking tutorial video. So you can search that, just type in Kevin Cage Casper staking if you want to stake your Casper. And looking at the rewards rate, my current CPA out here has to copy and paste manually. There's no way to download and just get a beautiful Excel sheet. And I know someone's going to say, oh, it's easy, just do this. No, because Casper staking rewards are given out like 10 to 14 times per day in their small microtransactions. And to actually track my taxes for a straight year of getting these rewards, it will take hours. It just doesn't make sense. From what I know, there's no way to really connect an API unless, I just need a better programmer. But it's a hassle. So I'm asking Casper Labs and Casper Network if there's any way for them to really implement right on Casper Live a way to download all of your staking rewards at once in a giant Excel sheet. And an even better option is what I'm requesting is TaxBit or Coinly, 2 crypto tax softwares I recommend and now I use because my new CPA uses Coinly. And I have discount codes linked in the YouTube video description. I would love them to integrate it so that I could just type in Casper Live, connect my wallet, and then it's tracked in real time. So I'm just trying to retweet this and share awareness. I know that Casper Labs could probably easily work on networking with these groups, or at the very least add an option to download all of our Casper staking rewards. This would make it easier for thousands of Casper users and encourage more people to stake. So please retweet for awareness. If you hold Casper, I'd greatly appreciate it. We can see API 3 is still adding partnerships, harnessing the force of AI, artificial intelligence, and ML or machine learning to power blockchain dApps. You can plug into a whole host of ready-made AI applications on Open Fabric AI Marketplace. Use cases include face and emotion recognition, speech-to-text, and text summarization. Very interesting. And you guys can see a direct YouTube video right here, and this is uploaded on Twitter by API3 DAO. Now looking at this is marketcapof.com. Now please remember, Solana is down big time from all-time high, so this is extremely conservative. And if Casper had the market capitalization of Solana, which has been down roughly 12 times since it's been live, which is a joke to me, and unfortunately I think there's so many venture capitalist guys behind it, and so much money, I think Solana, probably could be here to stay. I'm not touching it. I don't want to risk it, and time will tell. But I do believe there's other layer ones that are far superior. And do I believe that Casper will be in the top 50 or top 20 in the future? Yes. And if it were, even Solana's market cap, when Solana is crashed massively, that is still a 90x return. So yep, I'll be happily stacking, holding, and staking. And let's finish up with this clip shared by Rekt Vojak. So we have Meta right here, the CTO of Casper, discussing NFT use cases and building during the bear market. This is on CNBC. And remember that NASDAQ published a few things with Casper, specifically NASDAQ and Casper, and now on IBM's website you can see Casper. Do I believe they're building something big for the future with utility? Yes. As they've said many times, there are Fortune 500 companies working with them, some of the biggest banks in Europe, and a global telecom giants, and I'm curious who they are. Unfortunately, NDAs keep it a secret, for now.
Well, we're going to continue building as we always have in Casper Labs. We've seen these market crashes before in the broader ecosystem, and we see it as an opportunity to just double down and continue building out our ecosystem, bringing businesses online, continuing the process of educating businesses and individuals and developers about the technology. So for us, it's business as usual.
And you're obviously dealing with enterprise.
Yes,
a lot of
we're
the
focused on
time.
enterprises
So,
and businesses.
you know, and businesses perhaps sometimes a bit more risk averse, some of the larger corporations. I mean, are they looking at this sort of now questioning some of the technology, or are they? What's your conversations like?
Well, they're really interested in NFT technology, actually, and they're interested more than tokenizing. They're using, they're avoiding any kind of notion that's going to get the ire of the SEC. So most of the businesses are not interested in tokenization unless it's loyalty tokens or other kind of incentive programs that do not have economic value attached to it. So they're really not affected by this downturn at all. So I see NFTs as a way of representing the real world. Everything we touch, everything we work with every day is a non-fungible thing. Fungibility means you can break it into smaller pieces and exchange it, right? And you can't really do that with most of the things you interact with in the real world. And similarly for businesses, they're using NFTs to track a unique item, right? So we have a couple of use cases that are actually live on our mainnet already. One is for rare whiskey casks. So they were able to get greater price discovery, create a marketplace where they can buy, sell, and trade rare whiskey casks that have very specific storage and custodial requirements. And so they're able to mint the whiskey cask as an NFT and then trade and track and understand what the status of that rare whiskey cask is by looking at the NFT. Casper does support upgradable NFTs, so it's possible for those NFTs to go through a life cycle, which is really, really important for business. We also work with patents. Again, another unique thing that you want to buy, sell, and track, and NFT becomes a really great use case for that.